All right, what's up, Wolf Den? I think I'm live. I don't know. Let me know that you can hear me. Short and sweet today. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I do have another. I just wrapped up a great AMA with a group of like 40,000. Got another one tomorrow. Hopefully you guys can join. It's mostly the same stuff over and over, but I don't prepare for them, so I think the answers are a little unique each time. But probably mostly repetitive. Things don't change enough for the questions to be drastically different. Can't hear you. Thank you. All right. So again, short and sweet, and we'll start with Bo. All right, Thursday night boardroom. So it's Friday. Last night was Thursday. That's how calendars work, turns out. So what happened is the last Thursday of every month for the last 10 years now, one of my partners, dear friends, one of my favorite people on the planet, Jeff Moore, has been doing Thursday night boardroom. Jeff is one of the secret weapons behind the Jay Abrahams of the world, Joe Polish. Like he's one of the most well connected. In fact, many of you know that, anytime that I've spent at the Abraham Group with Jay or Michelle, any Jeff Spencer, Dr. Jeff Spencer, who I'm going to talk about a little bit today, those were all introductions from Jeff Moore. And last Thursday of every month, he does Thursday night boardroom. We used to do it in my office in California, and then COVID hit. So now we get together virtual, and it's 6, 7, 8, 9-figure business owners. We have people well into the billions. And we just hang out, and talk about like the stuff that nobody else is willing to talk about. And we invite people that are just starting or maybe thinking about starting a business. Because the holidays, we did it last night, and I invited the Wolf Den. So hopefully if you saw that invitation and you joined, and whether you participated or you were just a fly on the wall, I really hope it was useful to you. And I'm going to share a little bit about some of the stuff that came up last night, Thursday night boardroom. Moving forward, you can mark your calendar if you would like to join. It's the last Thursday of every month at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Okay? A lot of fun. It's like entrepreneurial AA, just the stuff that people don't have a chance to talk about. And Jeff is such an amazing facilitator, question asker, and again, one of the most well-connected people you'll ever meet. So we always have surprise guests drop in and out. Now, one of the things that we talked about last night was what was a turning point of 2021, and it was awesome for me. It was a little strange. I wasn't expecting it. It wasn't engineered or anything. Probably 80% of the attendees said finding the Wolf Den was really the turning point that changed the trajectory of their life. And that's really a testament to the team and the other community members. If the other community members aren't stepping up, I just get buried and I cannot be useful at all. So huge shout out to the team, huge shout out to the other members, especially the early adopters. You guys are awesome. I wish there was a replay of last night. We don't record them because it's, the psychological safety. Everything that happens there stays there. Thanks for letting us participate last night. Yeah, I'm glad you guys could make it. If you didn't make it, last Thursday of January, 6 p.m. Pacific. And it's the last Thursday of the month, every month except for November, December, because Thanksgiving and Christmas time. Thanks for the invite. Yeah, of course. Glad you guys could make it. So it was really like, what is a realization of 2021? And I'm going to share two with you guys that I shared last night. The first is Dr. Jeff Spencer and his wisdom, and he is he is the kindest, most understanding human on the planet. If you watch his videos, if you meet him, he's very, very, he just understands. High empathy and off the charts intelligence and wisdom. And he called me one Sunday and he said, "Hey, I'm going to tell you this because nobody else is going to tell you this. Nobody else understands this well enough. Nobody else has the balls to tell you this." I don't think he used that language, but nobody else is going to tell you this, and you do with it whatever you want. You have to stop spending so much time with people below a certain cognitive capacity. Which is, and he even, we talked about it. He said it's going to sound weird because there's a feeling of, are you being arrogant? Are you being rude? Is it an ego? And he goes, I'm telling you from, 70 years of experience with the top performers on the planet, your red kryptonite is spending too much time with people below a certain cognitive capacity. That is what is going to blow you up. Do what you will with that. Okay. Somebody says in the Martin and Chelsea Matthews say, make sure to like the stream. Yeah, hit a thumbs up. That's something that maybe a lot of people struggle with, right? Is like, are these people stupid or am I stupid? Is it like, at what point do we stop trying to help people? What point do we stop being saviors and start being leaders? Which is a lot of my disposition in the wolf den. So a lot of people are very like, they're very triggered when you hold up a mirror and say, hey, look, there's some dissonance here. Hey, you are asking really poor questions. And they're like, just help me. God damn it. You're here to be helpful. Like, you got to help yourself. So that's a thing that, working on really hard in 2021. And we hold that position really well in the wolf den. It's not appropriate to hold it in other communities. I do see some people try to hold that kind of disposition in other communities. The best thing to do is to just be helpful and not put a ton of time into that, in my opinion. But the wolf den, that's ours, and we're going to maintain that disposition. So that acts almost like permission. So hopefully it's helpful for you guys and you understand a little bit where I'm coming from, but also you can kind of figure out where to spend your time. Because the truth is, and this is what the other bit that I'm going to share, and it's very relevant in crypto. People are going to say, this isn't relevant. Let's be honest. It's all about the money. And that's probably why you're poor. Half joking, but really. Okay. So I put it here. One of the biggest lies, and this is what Jeff Spencer and Dr. Jeff and I talk about for hours and hours every week, is you've never been a blank slate. We know you're not a blank slate, right? Generally speaking, kids learn how to crawl around the same age range and walk around the same age range, and they cry and they learn how to speak around in a certain age range, right? Like, there's some evidence that that's not all put into us. It's a biological thing. We're born with this. We are not a blank slate. All kinds of other things, jealousy, ego, fear, all of the stuff that Dr. Jeff talks about in the human mindset. That being said, we're not a blank slate. And if you ever watch a kid, I spend a lot of time with a lot of the capital that I generate goes into developing children and stuff, teaching them how to read and all that stuff. If you watch a kid figure stuff out, they can figure shit out that was never taught to them. You ever just observed a toddler and been like, wow, how can these kids figure, like, they just do stuff? They just try things, it doesn't work, and they try a new thing. They point at the thing they want on top of the refrigerator, and then they try to find things to climb up to get up there. They were never taught how to do that, right? So the point is, nobody's born a blank slate. I understand what people are trying to say, but it's a little bit of a distortion in my mind. And that's important because obviously if I can convince you that you're a blank slate, then you had nothing in you. Then I can take credit for all of the good things that happened to you, and we can find somebody to blame who put that in you, right? And I don't believe that. And I'm sharing part of the reason for my disposition in the crypto space. The good, the bad, the brilliant, it's already in you. It always has been. What environment does, what exposure does, what I hope that my videos and our conversations do is show you something in a way that you haven't seen it, that you cannot unsee. I do not. Now, the revelation, if I can show you something, or if I can say something a certain way, as many of you know, I repeat myself, I talk in circles. It's all in pursuit of trying to be helpful to unlock something that is already in you. So there's a number of things that, whether it be a one-liner, a 2-hour video, or a graphic, where it comes together, you go, oh, I cannot unsee this, right? Whatever capacity is required to see and understand what you were just shown is within you. And it's really important to understand that not everybody has that. Not everybody has the capacity or has what they need. Sometimes that stuff is shit that needed to be put in us when we were 10 or 12 years old. Like, you can't, there's just certain things that you can't teach an adult. And if it's not there, it's not there. So a lot of the times I'm clicking through stuff, I'm playing with stuff, hoping to show you things that you cannot unsee, because once you see something that you cannot unsee, it becomes a new truth, and you then have the capacity to figure out what it means in other areas of your life and how to modify your behavior moving forward. So there's a few things that I want to say about that is in the context of crypto. One, anybody that takes credit for anything good that happens to you is full of shit. And anybody that points fingers, especially in crypto, for all the bad things that happen, is probably also full of shit. There's one place to look, it's in the mirror. Now, somebody said last night, thanks to Nick, I don't have to worry about XYZ. And it's not really thanks to me. Here's why. You can go to Medium, the Wolf Den Medium, right? And this is all Kevin here, Doc Kev. You can go to our YouTube channel, and guess what? There are people that have watched the same videos you've watched. They've read the same articles. They've seen the same things. They've made the same mistakes, and 99% of them still don't get it. That means the credit goes to you, the viewer, the listener, the discerning individual that was able to see something and figure out what it means for you. So just to clarify, if you are being hyper successful with the base case and it totally makes sense to you, or it doesn't quite make sense to you, but it makes sense enough to work it and it's changing your life, that credit goes to you. The amount of people taking credit in this space for other people's success is outrageous. It's inappropriate. It's juvenile at best. It is dangerous at worst. That is all my opinion, but I feel very strongly about it. It also means that none of you, in my opinion, should be wasting a whole bunch of time trying to show somebody something that they don't have, whatever it is in them, whether it be the capacity, the understanding, the willingness to drop their ego, whatever it is. If they don't have what is necessary to see what you see, no amount of education, no amount of information, no amount of time is going to help them see it, because they are missing what they need internally in order for it to click, right? They are not a blank slate. We cannot put it in them. We can only try to show them the things that unlock what is already there. Again, I told you this would not be a popular one. It's a little bit different, but this is a huge, huge, huge part of your personal success in crypto. I know a lot of you are trying to help friends and family and thinking about losing your mind, probably making mistakes because you're so frustrated with other people. They have it in them or they don't, and that is how it goes. That comes from the kindest, nicest, most forgiving person on the planet, Dr. Jeff Spencer. So all we can do is point them. Now, I have a unique style. So I make videos and they turn into Medium articles and so on and so forth. Now the team is making much more detailed videos, which will help a lot more people see what they need to see in order to get it, right? Like Callie's videos are phenomenal. They're phenomenal, but it doesn't change the fact that we are not a blank slate. We have to be very, very careful that we do not believe anybody that takes credit for other people's success. Nobody can say to you, hey, I made this person successful, so I can make you successful, because we don't know if you have in you what that person has. The illusion is I say, I put something in that person that made them successful, and I can put it in you, and that is false. You have to have it in you. I can only help you see it. Right? Environment. That's why in the Wolf Den, we pay for proximity. The events, you pay for them. Guardian tier, Direwolf, we pay for proximity so that we can have exposure to the things that unlock the best things inside of us. We do not pay to have shit put in us. It doesn't work that way. And a lot of people are getting wrecked thinking somebody can put something in them that they don't already have. And a lot of people are wrecking themselves trying to shove something down somebody's throat that they just don't have the capacity to consume appropriately. Okay. Hopefully that kind of that helps you understand the disposition of the wolf den, but also helps you kind of navigate the whole space, because this is very different. It's not easy to understand. It's really not. And there's nothing that you can put in people to help them understand it if they don't already have it in them. Which leads to the decision-making quadrant. I've talked about this before. Just remember, I'm not going to show you the quadrant. I do have like a graphic and all that. Just remember that a bad decision will often have a poor outcome. Duh. And a good decision will often have a positive outcome, a favorable outcome. Duh. However, the danger is when a poor decision has a favorable or a positive outcome. It happens all the time. Extreme example, somebody said, hey, I'll give you $10 if you play Russian roulette. You pay me $10 to play Russian roulette. If you win, I'll give you $1 million. Somebody might play that game and survive. In fact, 83% of people will play that game and survive. 83.3%, I think. That does not make it a good decision to play Russian roulette. Right? So that's basically what we're doing in crypto. Right? There's a lot of all or nothing. So the risk is that somebody makes a bad decision. There's poor evidence behind it. The reasoning is faulty. The logic is faulty. It is the symmetry is to the downside, and they get lucky and win. Very, very dangerous that we don't think they're smart because they won. It's very, very, very important that we examine the reason, the logic, the evidence that goes into a decision. The quality of a decision should be determined before the outcome is known. It's very counterintuitive to people. But if we don't, the risk is we go, oh, well, that person pulled the trigger and won $1 million. They must be smarter than me. That's a good strategy. And it's not a good strategy. In Russian roulette, it might be a little more obvious. In other domains, we fail to see this. So that's one dangerous quadrant. The other quadrant, a little more insidious, but it compounds on top of the other one, is when you make a good decision, you look at the logic, you use good logic, proper reasoning, and high-quality evidence, and you have a poor outcome due to luck. That does happen. Absolutely, you can make the best decision possible at the time, and then out of nowhere, COVID hits. It could not have been foreseen. Given all the evidence at the time, you made the best decision. Black swan happens. Okay? The big risk, I see this over and over and over. People that bought Bitcoin, I don't know, at $20,000, $10,000, and then started, traded all for Ethereum so they could shitcoin and lost all their money. Would have been better off if they just held Bitcoin, right? So we have this combination of smart people making very good decisions, but they have a poor outcome just due to chance and due to luck. It happens. And then they start doubting themselves. They start doubting themselves because they had a poor outcome. And then you have a group of people that are making really stupid-ass decisions, but they're having favorable outcomes due to right place, right time luck. And the smart people start going, I must not be very smart. I should probably follow them. They're smart because look at the outcome they had. Now you stop trusting yourself. You start doubting yourself. You start following very poor reasoning, logic, faulty evidence. Does that sound familiar? It should. It happened in marketing, internet marketing. Now it's happening in crypto. You have, it's Dunning-Kruger to the extreme. If you don't know what Dunning-Kruger is, look it up. It's smart people doubting their own intelligence, stupid people overestimating their own intelligence, smart people following dumb people. It happens all the time. Dunning-Kruger. It's a very real thing. So we have to be very, very careful. Very careful that we don't fall for this stuff in this space. Right? You have to be very discerning about anybody. Coaching brings out what is already within you. Yes, Dr. Stacy, the man, sent me a birthday gift. Thank you, by the way. I did open it early. I didn't know it was a birthday gift. I just got excited. So it's just really, really important that we understand, okay, well, I bought Bitcoin for $10,000 because I did all my research and I really believed in it, and then it went down to $8,000, And my friend over here bought Shiba. He sold his Bitcoin and bought Shiba because of all the hype. Well, I have $8,000 and now he has $50,000. He must be smarter than I am. He must be smarter than I am. And now we go down a track of faulty decision making. Because as much as people say I'm outcome focused, it's being outcome focused from a first principle standpoint is, I can't imagine how anybody thinks that's intelligent to just follow one-off successes, right? Repeat success is a little bit different. Repeat success is different. Okay. So really, really important. Again, this is in the context of engineering wealth, closing the gap. Not to judge anybody, I'm trying not to throw stones. I'm trying not to name names. But this is the unpopular thing I want to talk about today is you're not a blank slate. Don't let anybody believe you're a blank slate. Nobody put the bad in you. It was already there. Your environment, just whatever you were exposed to, unleashed it, unlocked it, revealed it, and that's okay. Very, very important. We don't go on witch hunts thinking somebody else put something in us. They didn't. And it's very equally important that we do not start giving credit and praising people for putting something in us because they didn't. They didn't. That's a very good way to make a whole bunch of really bad decisions. And because you're following somebody else, you don't know how to update the operating system. Well, shit, if he's doing it, I'm doing it. And then when it fails, you don't know the logic, the reasoning, the variables, anything that led to that decision. You therefore cannot have a Bayesian updating of your operating system. I don't understand how you could know. I understand how you could not be aware of it and fall victim to it. Like I said in the beginning, I hope I can show you something you can't unsee. And I hope that once you cannot unsee it, that you don't fall victim to it. I can't understand how you could know this is happening and continue to let it happen. Of course, I don't understand a lot of things. I'm not very smart. And that's, that I will admit that. I'm just sharing with the Wolf Den members and anybody that catches this. This is what crypto's about. I know you think it's about coins. The way that in the context of engineering wealth, right? Crypto is actually about blockchain technology, but most of you are here to make a shit ton of money. And let's be honest about that. If that is the case, then this is what crypto is about. It's about making the decisions that give you the highest probability of getting what you want out of life, right? Which means even if we make a good decision and it has a poor outcome, we still made a good decision and should not be changing our decision-making criteria based on the outcome. We might update it. Okay, well, COVID, didn't consider that before. Now I have to consider something like this in my operating system. And it's very important. It's very, very important that we don't start following people that are successful or claim to be successful, because the louder they are, you sure shit won't see me on Facebook talking about what I have or haven't made. The louder they are about how much money they made, you have to realize the more they are trying to get you in so they can exit. That is an overgeneralization. It's not always true. Right? Like Michael Saylor is not posting about his billions in Bitcoin to get exit liquidity from us. But generally speaking, the more somebody's like, oh, you gotta buy these NFTs, you gotta buy this coin. Yeah, because they want you to buy theirs, right? So it's just this space right now is the most dangerous it's been, and it's going to continue to get more dangerous as more and more people get wrecked, panic, and try to find a way to get unwrecked. Do you know how they're going to get unwrecked? They're going to convince you they're smarter than you, and you should listen to them, and they're going to tell you what to buy. You are going to buy it and give them an exit. Think about that. Think deeply about how a market works. Why would anybody want you to think that they're smart in this space? It's okay. If you think I'm smart, one, you're wrong. Two, fine. That you discern that on your own. But if I was actively trying to say, you guys should all listen to me, here's all the proof. Look at all these calls I made. Boom, 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 boom. And like 5 a day about how smart I am. What is, like, outside of the ego, what is the reason I would do that? So that you believe that my decision making is better than yours. Why would I want you to believe my decision making is better than yours so that you blindly follow what I tell you to do? Why would I want you to blindly follow what I tell you to do, especially if I didn't charge you for it? Because I need to get the fuck out of my position, and I'm going to do it by convincing all of you to get in. That is very, very common. And it comes back to this fundamental idea. This fundamental idea of being a blank slate and not understanding, trusting yourself, your decision-making criteria, because chance, because luck. Good luck, bad luck. It goes both ways. Bad luck makes us doubt ourselves. Good luck makes us trust people that probably do not deserve or have not earned the trust. And then we have very intelligent people abandoning their very good decision-making criteria in order to follow total idiots into Russian roulette. So that's what I want to talk about today. We can look at night. Night's probably, let's see here. We'll probably eclipse 40 or 50 grand. Obviously the coin market cap listing went through. CoinGecko is probably going to go through soon. Confirmed that coin market cap and DEX tools will have us listed as a DEX soon. It's just a matter of waiting. They do their updates and patches. Dark Knight's cruising. Let's see where the TVL is here. It's probably about 10.8. It's almost 11 million. It's groovy for Phantom. The Phantom grant that we're aiming for ultimately is about 22 million, 18 to 22 million. It depends on the price of Phantom. So if the price of Phantom goes up, we need more TVL. But that's not really a consideration because most of the TVL is in Phantom anyway. So the price of Phantom goes up, the TVL kind of goes up as a byproduct. So it's not really a consideration as far as like, we just know there's a ballpark range, and if we're in the range, we're in the range. Guard is cruising. Wolfies is cruising. Wolfies just does not care about anything. It just goes up, and then it goes up more, and then it goes up more. We can take a look at it here. Ooh, back into 29. It's probably healthy. So this is, let's look at the 1 day. I'll show you the 1 day chart on Wolfies. Jesus. This is the 1 day chart on Wolfies. This puts it, I believe, 3. So it's at 298 right here. You see the price, 298. At 3, I believe it puts 156x. $1 would be $156. $1 on launch would be $156. So Wolfies is cruising. We can look at Guard. Guard is old faithful here. It's just going to do what Guard does for like the rest of forever. That's Guard on the 1 day. So we're all groovy there. Obviously the community is super strong. It's awesome. Thursday night boardroom was great. We're going to do something on, let me look at the dates. My birthday is on a Tuesday, so probably do something on Tuesday the 28th. For Nick's Miss, every year I've done Nick's Miss. I'm not going to do like a full Nick's Miss thing. I do have Nick's Miss decentralized. If you enrolled in that, we're still going to do something pretty cool, but we'll talk about that at a later date. Right now, the focus is really on getting these partnerships for Night and Dark Night, and got another AMA tomorrow, and then Wolf Saw, Undead, the marketplace on Undead and the marketplace on Wizard, because the next round of a lot of this, for example, a lot of this is a byproduct of having a really strong NFW farm, right? And our NFW farm's not even done. And so a lot of other projects are like, how the hell is this happening? So what we can do is we can say, hey, look, why don't you get a farm on Night and we'll build a NFT. They won't be NFWs. NFT farm for you and show you kind of how to preserve your chart like this. So we're really focused on getting the marketplace dialed in, and part of that is obviously finishing our NFW farm, where you can stake your wolf pups to get silver guard, and then your silver guard to get golden guard, and then the golden guard to get ultra premiums. I've shared the ultra premiums. Our ultra premium NFWs were designed by the same person that does the Witcher video games. They're very, very cool. They took like 2 days to render on his computer. So they're 3-dimensional. It's got a diamond wolf and a crystal wolf. Those will be pretty cool. Anyway, hope that's helpful. I know the anthropological people think it doesn't matter. We keep getting feedback, though. It's only maybe 1% or less of you that are seeing it and going, wow, this applies to my whole entire life. I understand how this is a wealth acceleration thing, and I understand where crypto fits, and that's all I need. If we can get through to 1% of people and they can see something that they can't unsee and that makes their life better, it's worth showing up. If you just want to talk about crypto, like the technicals of crypto, that's cool. You're probably not going to make any money. Technicians, devs, the reason crypto has one of the reasons crypto is tough to navigate is that most of the devs don't have any idea how to make money in crypto. They just know how to build things. So they're very different things, right? So you want to just talk about the technicals of crypto, that's fine. Do it in the Discord. You can come to events, we could talk about it. Do it in Telegram, whatever. I'm going to show up. I'm going to talk about the things that I think are going to have the largest impact on perhaps the smallest percentage of people, but that small percentage of people is going to go on to impact many more. Most of them have coaching programs. I don't know if Ben Frank is here. Ben Frank has like a hockey league, a youth hockey league. He does a lot of youth development. So positively impacting somebody like Ben and Joyce. They're phenomenal business owners in Orange County, California. They have a hockey league and a hockey team. But having a positive impact on Ben and Joyce is also positively impacting tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of youth. So there's a second and third and subsequent order side effect thing where I don't care if I impact them directly. That's what I'm always going for. I'm going for the people that are going to have the biggest ripple effect, and that's the people that are going to get it. So hopefully that's useful to everybody. If you have any questions, let me know. And I got an AMA tomorrow, so hopefully I see you guys in there. Some Telegram. We'll get the link out. Appreciate y'all.